Okay, I've been kind of sitting on this for a while, and I actually did make a review for K-pop Demon Hunters before already, but unfortunately Netflix came pretty down hard on that and kind of deleted it off my whole entire channel. So I apologize if I don't have a whole lot of clips in this to show to explain the kind of points I'm talking about, but it's just how it is. But anyway, I've been sitting on this for a while, and I've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, and at this point, I've seen the movie at least 4 or 5 times. And I just can't gush enough about how great of a movie it actually is. It's topping the charts. It's better than anything Disney has put out in for a long time, and it gives me the same feelings that a lot of Disney movies used to give me. But the add on top of this, it's filled with K-pop songs, so that makes it even more special for me now, considering that I'm kind of a freshly new K-pop fan. I kind of didn't discover K-pop until this year, to be honest. And if you saw my channel, you can kind of tell that. But I'm just amazed that a movie like this even exists. When I first heard of the name K-pop Demon Hunters, I thought it was going to be some B movie bullshit. Like when I think of K-pop Demon Hunters, I get an image of like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, a movie with a premise that's just there to kind of sell it. The premise doesn't actually fit into the story of the movie really, but that wasn't the case with this. The K-pop aspect of this movie is very integral to the movie and the characters. It's actually pretty freaking amazing, and I love it. I love it, and it's just amazing that Twice is also involved with this. It's amazing that they made a show and movie about K-pop and actually included legitimate K-pop idols in it. There's actually a bunch of references to Twice. There's a Twice poster. Hendrix is listed as higher than Twice within the polls within the actual movie. It's kind of crazy. And like I said, I love Twice, recent K-pop fan, and they're one of the best ones in my opinion, one of the best ones out there. But anyway, K-pop Demon Hunters is kind of created by Maggie Kane and Chris Apple Hans, if I'm saying that correctly. I hope I'm not butchering his name. There will be spoilers, lots of spoilers, and I will talk about the movie story, but I'm not going to give a full recap either. Like I said, this is kind of off the cuff. I kind of just want to talk about this, and I kind of just want to get it out there. So here it is to get out to if anybody's still listening at this point. But anyway, essentially, K-pop Demon Hunters follows K-pop idol group who essentially is tasked with the responsibility of using their voice to keep a barrier called the Hun closed to keep demons from entering into the human world. Essentially, within this world, in the past, demons used to roam and hunt humans, but three badass warrior ladies were able to use their voices in songs and music to capture the hearts and minds of human beings and people, and use that to create a barrier to protect them from the demons. And so now we're in the present time as a new group, like I said, named Hendrix, and they're kind of the K-pop group of the day. So the K-pop group is actually masquerading as idols in order to be able to more properly fight demons and strengthen the Hun Moon. So throughout the movie, basically they fight demons. The demons come up with a new idea to form a demon boy band to become idols themselves to kind of go against Hendrix. The main guy, Jinyu, who's completely amazing, by the way. I'll talk more about him later. Uh, is the head of the demon band, and they kind of fight Hendrix, and there's a little love story going on. But ultimately, they are defeated. Hendrix saves the day. The fans are saved. The Hun Moon is straightened, and everything's all cool. And this is just kind of the basic bare bones of the movie. Not really a whole lot of detail there, because I really want you to watch it. Watch it. There's going to be major spoilers about what I'm about to say soon. So just watch the movie, and you won't get any major spoilers. Okay? Okay. Now here we go. Now that we got a little bit of the story out of the way, let me just talk about the music. Oh my god. Like I said, it's K-pop Demon Hunter, so of course they're going to include some great K-pop numbers in this. And my god, they are great. How it's done, the first musical number in the song is amazing. And it's one thing I noticed when I first heard the song is that the actions, the fighting scenes are actually choreographed to match the actual music. Think about it for a minute. Think about how hard it is to do. And most of the songs operate this way. With the exception of maybe like Golden or some of the songs, Idol operates that way, Soda Pop operates that way, Takedown operates that way. Usually a lot of the action scenes are choreographed to the beat of the song. It takes an incredible amount of time and an incredible amount of work to actually pull that off. So kudos to all the animation directors and the music directors on that, out of this world. And not only that, the animation is great, the designs are great, the animation is great, that they can be very expressive and very funny. And even though the characters are very attractive, yes, all the characters, including the male characters too. I don't care what you have to say about that. But they all are good, and they're not afraid of making them look silly and funny. Obviously, they're drawing a little bit of inspiration from like anime styles. I love it. It's very expressive. It's very funny, And I guess that's all I have to say about the animation and stuff. Let's get into the characters a little bit. Let me just start off by talking about the characters that I think are the weakest, unfortunately. I like Zoe and Mira. They're good. They're good characters. But since the movie is kind of short, only running at 1 hour and 39 minutes, even though the original creator wanted it to be about 3 hours, and I can see why. They don't get much screen time. They do get a backstory. You learn that Zoe actually kind of grew up in America and learned in America, but she was born in Korea. She's kind of tied between the two worlds. I mean, the Golden Song kind of does most of the work in explaining that back history, and so she's kind of torn between two worlds, and that's what she was struggling with. And she's kind of over eager, easy to, very eager to please and stuff like that. It's kind of just her character. Very cute, and she's a rapper of the group, as the character said in the movie. We're so touched. She raps so good. She's so scared. You better watch out. You better watch out. She can knock a demon out. She can knock you out. That's for sure. And then you have Mira over here, and Mira is kind of like a problem child girl. And when I first watched the movie, she was my favorite at first until I watched it more, and then Genu became my favorite after the second or third viewing. But anyway, Mira, she's cool. She has a very kind of rough childhood upbringing because her family is very strict, very traditional, and she didn't really fit into that role, so she was kind of a rebel. And now, since that has become kind of her personality, it actually has benefited her as being a demon hunter and a K-pop star. So that's kudos for her. That's as much story as you get. That they tell you what they are, and they tell you what the insecurities are, so you kind of understand some of their struggles. But they're not really focused on that much in the movie, which is why they need their own TV show. And I swear on my life, this movie needs its own TV show and or sequel or something. There's so much story potential in here. There's so many unanswered questions. But anyway, let's move on to Rumi. And Rumi is an actual main character, the main star of the group, the one who's front and center in the K-pop idol group. And she is struggling basically within the movie with being part demon. And essentially, what had happened was her mother had a baby with a demon. And at some point, her mother died, and her mother's best friend took her over and raised her, and along with the rest of the K-pop idol group. And basically, she had this mark on her that was a genetic carryover from basically her father, who was a demon. Now, the movie doesn't actually go into who her father is or even explain any of that, which is another reason why we need another show. Which is one more thing that is unanswered, but never mind. I'm gonna continue. So basically, she covers it up, and through the movie, she struggles with that part of her identity, and it starts getting worse the more and more she covers it up, and the more and more she starts feeling bad about her situation. But thanks to Jinyu, him being an actual demon and seeing her marks, he kind of convinces her to accept herself to some degree. They kind of have a little thing going on here and there, and so she kind of just struggles with that. But then you find out in the movie that obviously he was trying to use her to resurrect the Demon King or whatever he's really called, Quima. I don't know if he's a demon king or a demon lord or the devil or whatever he's supposed to be, really. But he's Genu is essentially helping him, and in the process of doing that, he kind of fooled Rumi into a place of false comfort. When really it wasn't really fooling, because he actually believed it too. He started to believe in that they could be free and accept themselves for what they are. But of course, he was lying to her initially. But I get into more about that when I talk about him individually. So basically, she learns to accept it, but then after seeing Genu's betrayal later on, she breaks down, and her demon side starts taking more and more and more of her. But through trusting her sisters and actually accepting herself for both sides, bad and good, she's able to overcome it. They save the day, and boom, bada boom, Rumi's the hero. All of them the hero. The whole day saved, and Hamun is refixed and made stronger than ever. And so now that I talked about Rumi, let's move over to Jinyu, the man himself. I don't use the word fine shit often. Actually, I don't use that word at all. I think it's offensive. I don't know. But if it's offensive, someone tell me. But I think Jinyu fits the criteria of being a fine shit. Once again, I don't care what you think. Call me gay if you want to. I don't give a fuck. But he is. Think about the way he's drawn. His muscular structure, the way they do his jaw. They literally made him look like the ideal Korean male, like straight out of a K drama or something. But he's one of the coolest characters. He's funny. He's entertaining, and he is an actual fucking bad guy. Yes, in the movie it shows him he has redeemable qualities, and even by the end he sacrifices himself to help Romy defeat Quima. But he is a bad dude. Because even within the movie, it shows you he left his sister and mother to fucking die just so he can eat great, good food every night and sleep in a comfortable bed in the palace. He let his whole family die, and he told a lie about him being tricked to letting them go thanks to Quima. No, you gave that boy, you gave them up. And so he it has redeemable qualities. And you see he regrets everything. He wants it gone. But he's not above killing people, taking their souls. Don't forget it. Throughout the whole movie, this dude is an actual mass murderer. He takes so many people's souls. He has no problem killing and trapping everybody, from kids to grown ups to everybody. And he abandoned his family. So he may feel guilty about that. And he's doing this to try to forget that. But he's not a good guy. But he is funny. He is interesting. He's a great character, and he did sacrifice himself, so he redeemed himself in a sense by the end of it. But like I said, he is a character that kind of gets to Rumi and actually shares a romance with Rumi and gets her to actually accept part of herself to some degree. Matter of fact, him betraying her is what led down her path of destruction in the first place, so letting her demon side completely take over before learning how to balance both. But they need to bring him back. I know he had to sacrifice himself. I know it's for the sake of the plot and the sake of the story that we're trying to tell. But bring Jinyu back. Bring Jinyu back. I'm not the only one who thinks this. Bring Jinyu back. Bring Jinyu back in his own spin-off series with all of the Soldier Boys and all their backstories. A lot of people have been calling for this. I'm calling for this too. This is so much story potential here. Think about the money potential that Netflix can have. Think about a media empire that can be created off of this. They should not miss this opportunity, because I'm telling you, I want to see more. I've been watching the reels. I've been making the reels. I've been watching interviews. I've been making interviews. Well, not making interviews, but I'm trying to keep the trend going. I've been really obsessed with this show and the stuff around it for a while now. I've been listening to the music. I listened to Takedown. I've downloaded Your Idol. I have Golden. I have How It's Done. I have all these songs. Like I said, I was already a K-pop fan, so this movie was kind of tailor made for me. And I love animation too. It's like someone took K-pop, my new most favorite thing, and mixed it with like Disney musicals, which was my old favorite thing. And now together they make the perfect combination. A movie that is so good and has songs that are so good that they top the charts of actual K-pop artists. I don't know if you've seen this news lately, but it's actually fucking true. Huntrix and the Soldier Boys, two animated bands, have beat real life BTS in terms of popularity. Think about that. An animated K-pop band from a movie, a musical, has beat real life K-pop band like BTS, who have spanned all over the world, who has done songs with I don't know how many people, and they got beat by some animated girls. So they should tell you the power of this fucking movie, man. I know there's a lot of haters out there who want to hate on it because it's animated and who don't like it. Don't they got something better to do with their lives than hate on a perfectly good movie? Have they even watched it? And I know there's a lot of people who want to say this is an issue because they think that the show is kind of trying to depict demons as being good. I disagree. The demons are all bad. Genu is a bad person. He does die by the end anyway. They're not saying demons are good. And first of all, Genu started off as a human. They're not saying demons are good. They're saying that this guy, one particular person in particular, had a side of him that was human, and that the fact that he wanted to completely erase that and reject it in a sense is a part of the story of being rejected. Same thing with Rumi. Rumi's whole thing with being part demon isn't that, oh, you're good because you're part demon. No, it's about accepting a part of yourself that was shameful, which is one of the undercurrents and themes of this whole entire movie. It's about shame and accepting yourselves and coming to terms with shame and trusting people, your friends and family, who love you and help you through problems and issues, not to bury your shame until it becomes such a problem that it actually starts to hurt you, which is a good lesson, especially that needs to be learned in a lot of Asian cultures, which an Asian lady made this in the first place, so it kind of makes sense. It kind of reminds me in a sense of the same kind of story that Turning Red was telling, but from a different angle. Like Turning Red was more about specific relationship dynamics between a daughter and a mother in an Asian household and stuff like that, especially dealing with specific women issues. Now, this isn't that deep, but it also deals with similar things about acceptance and dealing with issues and shame and stuff like that, and learning to come to terms with it and being accepted. And that's what I kind of love about this. This has actually has a good message and there's deep themes in it. And like I said, I don't want to go too deep and explore all that like that. That would have to be a whole video in of itself. And I don't know if I can even get clips for that to show what I'm talking about. Hopefully, I can put some in here because I think it's important to show you what I mean when what I'm talking about. I always say I'm not trying to show you the whole movie. I want you to watch the movie, but I want you to see pieces of it so you know how good it looks. But anyway, like I can't gush enough about this movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love all the characters. Love Jinyu. Once again, bring Jinyu back. For the love of God, please bring Jinyu back. Haters, stop hating on this movie. Christians who think it's weird, it's not weird. Just actually watch the movie. You see the story it's telling is actually pretty kind of Christian in of itself. all the way down to the way the demons kind of fool people and try to take their souls. It's very 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 biblically Christiany. If you know what if you know what I'm getting at. I'm sorry, I try to make a joke. I'm not that funny. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yammering and stop yapping. Like I said, this isn't a very high quality video, but I hope it inspires some of y'all to actually take an interest in watching K-pop Demon Hunters. I love the show. I mean, movie, not show. I love the movie. I want them to make more. I can't wait for them to make more. And all I can say is, guys, hunt tricks, don't miss how it's done, done, done. I'm awesome. You're awesome, and I'll see you guys later.